This is the reading of Spirit Animals, Section 8. Be sure to annotate the text as you read, underlining things you think are important, starring important things, and circling words you don't know. Also, record any questions in the margins. This begins on page 33 with the sentence, "That night they." That night they met the resistance fighters at the one tree still standing within miles of the enemy fort. It had been burned out by a lightning strike and was a charred wreck, not suitable for building. Several of the smaller ones cowered in the back, the wide eyes never leaving her huge, muscled form. Uraza could smell the fear coming from them. Even the most fearsome of them, a man fully an arm taller than the rest, was gripping his axe so tightly it looked like the wood might splinter. He had the tattoos of the Takwaso people running down his bare chest, intertwined with a Nilan wild dog tattoo, his spirit animal in a dormant state. From what Uraza knew of the local tribes, the Takwaso were ancient rivals of Tembo's Vendani, but the massive man gave Tembo a crushing hug as he arrived. "Jantak," Tembo said as he embraced the man. "Goat thief," Jantak answered with affection. Tembo introduced Uraza to his fellow rebels. Jantak, the big Takwaso man with the wild dog spirit animal. Kinwi, a bespectacled little man with an owl who peered at them from the top of the tree. Jinta, a small, quiet girl with throwing knives and no apparent animal, and several others. They were a ragged group, many of them a good deal younger than the usual age of Nilan warriors, and they all wore an assortment of green cloaks and capes, from rough cloth to what looked like a woman's decorative scarf wrapped around a little boy. These human children should have been playing in the streets of villages and helping herd goats and sheep to watering holes, not fighting a desperate resistance for their freedom. How could their village elders have surrendered and left this mess for them to fix? And yet, that was the way of the wild. Often the young matured fast or not at all. This was not Uraza's concern. She hadn't created this situation. "Why do we need so many to sneak in and steal my talisman?" Uraza asked. "Steal your talisman?" Tembo grinned. "You're a madman, goat thief," Jantek muttered. "We're going to do so much better than that," Tembo continued. "We're going to burn that place to the ground, and their supplies and weapons along with it." Jantek pulled back his cloak, revealing a cluster of water skins, lamp oil, saltpeter, and birthwort extract. "Liberated from a captured Zwaghi's caravan," he said. "These could make a blaze from a heated insult." Jinta gave a menacing grin and held up a chunk of flint. She struck it with one of her daggers, creating a small shower of sparks. "I'm here for my talisman," Uraza growled loudly. "Not a supply raid." All the resistance members, save Tembo, backed away from her nervously, their eyes wide. Jantak raised his axe defensively, then slowly lowered it to his side. Tembo nodded. "I'm going after your talisman myself. The fire will be the perfect diversion." The leopard cocked her head at him. "And what is my role supposed to be in all this, little warrior?" Tembo gave his infuriating grin. "I'm going to ride you in, then jump from your back to the top of the tower wall. Over a short distance, you're much, much faster than I am. We'll be in before they can even close the gate." Tembo leveled a stare at him, a look that had frozen whole herds of wildebeests in terror. "No human is going to ride me. You need a new plan." The two locked gazes for a second, but Uraza was unyielding. If this boy thought he could ride a great beast, he was going to find a claw through his throat. "I am the mightiest predator in Nilo, boy. I am not your beast of burden." Tembo looked at her for a long moment, but she stared back with complete resolve. He nodded. "All right, we'll just have to be stealthy, and hope we can get close before they raise the alarm." This is the end of Section 8.